Hi, welcome back to another episode of Conversations on Couch. And if you're new here or seeing this face for the very first time, hi, my name is Shruti, and I make podcast every week. So I hope that you stick around. So today, I felt really nostalgic a few days back because I met a childhood friend. So I thought that I'll want to talk about childhood friendships. So बचपन से ही I do have few friends. Like the longest friendships that I have are of my two friends, and we all live like really close, like in like similar streets, but we don't get to hang out much. But I think I'm really grateful for the friendships that I have built with both of them, because I know for a fact that even though we are not in regular touch, but whenever I would need some of their help or vice versa, we'll be there for each other. And while I was reminiscing the time with my friends, I just remembered how I never had a good friendship experience or good friendship time in my school time. Like, considering childhood is also like school type he. So in that case, I hated my school and school friendships. Like, I am not even kidding. Except one friendship, I have zero school friendships and I don't regret it at all. So बचपन से ही I know I was a very quiet kid, and my mom was very, how do I say it? Like, my mom is the sweetest person on this planet, and even if when I used to fight with someone or someone used to treat me badly, my mom would be like, it's okay, you can forgive them and stuff like that. So I always had friends, but they took advantage of me because of this. And this I have realized now that I know things, but उस time पे I could not figure these things out. So that was very weird for me. And I and I just think about the school friendship, and it was so toxic, like very toxic. So I am going to talk about the positive things about my childhood friendships first. So I just remember those friendships, and I just feel how simple and how peaceful it was. Like, I think I did mention it in my previous sometime episodes, but I love how friendships were like not at all complicated, and you would just get each other and you would be there for them. And for us, hanging out would mean just going to some place and getting some stuff done. For example, if I need to buy something or I need to get something for my home, so I would just call up my friend and ki, hey, I need to go there, will you go with me? And they will. And that was like the quality time that we would spend. And I remember that we were like three girls, like the friends that I have from my childhood. So we used to meet and we used to play ghar ghar, and we used to play these cliche games, and we would all be like sisters and we are waiting for our husbands, and we would pretend that we are cooking for our family and that we have children, like jo dolls thi bhai. That is kind of messed up but also cute, I would say. And I also feel that because of these experiences, I do see relationships in a way that you don't have to make it so complicated. Like, you can just be with each other, like do your own work, or if you just want to go buy groceries, so that is something that you can also do. So I think I just miss those things, and I just feel that this is like I value these things a little more. And I also remember that even because we were girls, so we didn't have any vehicles, so we used to walk to our tuitions or classes or stuff like that. So even if, for example, my tuition is there and my friend's tuition is there, and for some reason I am afraid to go there alone, so my friend would drop me there by walking, and then she'll go to her class. That is so sweet. And maybe in the evening I will go to her class and pick her up by walking, and then we'll both come to our place. So I think we just don't do it anymore, but that was like the best fond memory I have of my childhood that I really really miss, and I just want to say keep it in my heart, because for some reason I don't have a lot of memories from that time, not good or bad. In general, I don't have a lot of memories, but this is something that I remember, and this is something that I really love. And I feel for me, I've always loved the idea of growing up, and I still do. Like, I miss it in a form that I'm sharing it with you, but I don't miss it in the sense that I don't want to grow up. I do want to grow up, but I think a part of me wants to grow up because I don't remember a lot of things from my childhood. So I just want to have new experiences, and I just want to grow up, if it makes sense. But I think it is a bitter sweet feeling to see that there are like you have friends and you guys are just growing up, and earlier you used to be together, and now everyone's doing different things in their life, they have different paths, but somehow you're like still connected. That is a very wholesome thing to experience. And I think if anyone who would have friends that they grew up with, I think it is a beautiful feeling, because obviously we are different now that we are adults, and we were different back then, but to witness growing up with someone, to witness someone growing up in front of your eyes. So these were like the really sweet parts of my childhood friendships. If I talk about the negative parts, I think it is all associated to the school, because both of my friendship that I'm talking about, we live in the like same neighborhood, but the school childhood friendship are just not giving. They're just not it. I remember the girls used to be so mean. They were not at all a girl's girl, and I would never do that to someone because I never saw it happening to someone. So I used to trust everyone very easily. But when I would see that they are betraying me, or they are just like playing dirty, I would just back off. But in general, I've seen that people just don't have any good intentions towards you, even if you try to be there for them, even if you try to do everything that you can. In the end, they're just gonna treat you how they think you are treating them, and not how exactly you treat them, if it makes sense. And I remember I did have like few friendships from my school, and we like after I changed school we were in touch, but there were like so much competition, unnecessary, like who have many friends, who have a better boyfriend. these are so these are so stupid things, but I don't matlab, sometimes I feel maybe I feel things too deeply, and the other person might not see it. But why is that? Like, we are of the same age, but why do I get to see it differently than you? Like, you are being a bitch, and why is that? But at the end, it just, I think it's what our experiences shape us, because I had few friendships, so I knew what I was expecting in a friendship, or what I was giving back in a friendship, and I did not tolerate the bad behaviors. And even in the later school stage, I did have like a really good friend, and we tried to make it work, but for some reason, like we never had any issues, arguments, or any sort of things like that. But I think it just wasn't meant to be, because both of our communication styles were really different, and I think because of that we used to have like this misunderstanding and this gap. So yes, not at all good experiences, I would say. Besides that, I do have a friend from school, but she was my senior. That is crazy to think about. So I think the reason why we are still friends, because she was my senior and we were like not of a same age, and she used to treat me like a younger sister. She still do. So I think that is what made this work. And the reason that I'm not taking names is because I don't know if they are comfortable with me talking about them in public. So I just want to maintain the privacy. And if you are someone who are still friends with your childhood friends, I think that is like a plus point, and that is really cool. And i I didn't cherish these moments or these friendships earlier because I didn't know the meaning of it. But when I reconnected with my friends few years back, so it just made me think and feel like what I was missing on. Like, do you get it? And I think as we grow old, we we just don't know how to make friends. Like, for example, we are in school, we have like a bunch of people. Then we are in college, we do have a class. But when we start working or we like get into the field, so we are just alone. We don't know how to approach someone or how to socialize. So I think navigating friendships in adulthood can be like a lot difficult than it is to in earlier stages. And I think this is like one of the reasons that I have like I don't have like a lot of friends. Like, I have friends but from a different, like from different areas. For example, I have my childhood friends and we are still in touch. Like, we made it into adulthood and we might not say talk. We do talk occasionally. And school friendships, like I mentioned, there's only one. And in my college also I do have two really cute friends, and all of these are girls. And how cool is that? I think this is like my biggest flex, because all of these women, we just come from a very similar place and we just get it. So I'm really glad that the friendship that they didn't make it, because it makes a lot of sense. I did cry about it earlier. I did, because obviously friendship heartbreaks can be hard, and that's okay. But I'm really grateful for whoever that I have in my life right now, and however, we are trying to manage it. So I think I have just left with the best people now, so I'm really grateful for that. So before I wrap this episode up, if there would be one thing that I would want to tell my younger self about friendships, would be maybe don't try to fit in. Don't give yourself a hard time, and it's okay, just relax. It's okay if you're alone, if it's okay if no one wants to be your friend. It doesn't matter. You'll get over it. It's not that deep. Yes. So let me know if you are still in touch with your childhood friends, or if you had any good or bad experiences, and I would love to hear about that. And if you like this episode, or if you want me to talk about something else, you can drop in your suggestions in the comment section below. And thank you so much for watching. If you like this episode, you know the drill. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.